This is PewDiePie's Odysseus running on a cloud server online 24/7. I can open it from my phone, my laptop or anywhere. My own private chat GPT or Claude on the internet, no GPU needed. Here is how to set it up on a cheap server. In this video, I'll using DigitalOcean to host this Odysseus. So first of all, create an account on DigitalOcean, or if you already have it, then just sign in. Alright, I'm just logged in. Now we will create our first droplet. So for that, click on create button and here region that is from where you want to access it, and click solutions and select Docker or search for the Docker if it is not visible here. And under droplet plan, I'll use regular. Let's pick this one vCPU 2 GB RAM that will cost $12 per month. And here we need to set up the authentication. You can either use SSH keys. You can just click on this button and add your SSH key here. If you don't have added already, then you have to generate your SSH key first. So for that, copy this command, go to the terminal and here run this command SSH keygen and just hit enter. Okay, it looks like the SSH key was already generated, so I will just copy it. So just cancel the process. But in your case, if you don't have the SSH key, then you should follow these steps. You should run this command first and follow the prompts that will be presented to you, and then at the end, once key is generated, you need to copy your public key by running this command. This will copy the public key on your clipboard. So enter this command here and the public key is copied on my clipboard. Now let's paste it here, and here you can give it a name that you can remember later in future. That so I can add AyyazTech recordings and hit the add SSH key. The key is added. I will just select that SSH key. But in case if you don't want to use the SSH key, then you should just switch to the password, and here you need to generate a strong password. Then you can access your instance by just typing the password in the terminal. But I will be using the SSH key, so keep selecting that, and everything looks great. Now let's hit the create droplet button. Give it some time. Once it is installed, we will SSH into that VPS. Okay, the droplet is created and here is the IP address. Just copy the IP address and go to the terminal, and I'll run the command SSH root at the IP address. So it is still taking some time to be live, so give it a few more seconds so that the instance is properly available on my computer. Let's try it again. Okay, this time it is working, and here just type yes, and we are inside our VPS now. Let's go to the Odysseus GitHub repository, and it has 25.8 thousand stars. I made a video about this a few hours ago. At that time, the stars were around 22,000, and now you see that it increased up to 25.8 thousand. So it is getting famous very rapidly. So let's quickly set it up. So here we will be using the Docker method. So just we will focus only this part. So first of all, copy this command, go to the terminal, run it. It will clone the repository in our remote server. The repository is cloned. Now let's go to the Odysseus. Now we need to copy the .env from .env.example. This is optional, but it is recommended for explicit defaults. And now we need to run this command to build the Docker image, and then it will utilize that image and create a container and run the application within that container. So let's run it. It will build the Docker image, download all of the layers from the Docker Hub. Once everything is done, we will be able to test it. So here it is installing 3 services. One is SearXNG. So this is a search engine that it will be using. So it is very useful tool that is open source, and we can have a proper search engine that will be working for us for free. We will not need any API key just to search the internet. So this will be free version of the search engine that will be hosted on our own server. All right, it is installed. Now let's quickly verify that if all containers are running and are healthy. For that, run the command docker compose ps, and it looks like all of the containers are provisioned and working fine. Our application is live on this specific port 7000. So let's go to the browser and access it, but we will not be able to access on this IP because this is a local IP. So we will have to use the IP address of our server that is here. Just copy that and here paste the IP address and type :7000, hit enter, and it didn't work. It is still loading. So let me show you why. If we go back to the official GitHub repository here, so the server accepts the outside connections. Right now it is not allowing any outside connections. That's why it is not working. So let's copy that and go back to the terminal, and here type nano.env, and here let's find, so here is the environment variable that we have to change. It is currently commented out, so just uncomment that, and I will change this IP address from this to 0.0.0.0, and let's save it. And after saving it, we will stop the Docker Compose down. So this will stop all of the containers. I will run Docker Compose up -d. So it will use the most recent environment variables that we just have configured. So give it a moment. Okay, it is now working. Now let's go to the browser and let's hit reload. Okay, now this time it worked. For the first time you will see this screen. Here you need to create the username password. Here I will name it admin, and here we will give it a password and hit the create admin account, and account is created. Now we are inside the Odysseus dashboard. So here it is suggesting us to type /setup to get started. So let's try that. Hit enter. Here it is saying that add your first AI endpoint by pasting it in chat. By the way, you can add API keys or anything from the setting as well, but this is interesting that you can configure your instance from here as well. If you want to use the proper live API key from any other live AI providers like DeepSeek, OpenAI, OpenRouter or others, then you should just click on that provider and you should paste your API key. As I am going to use Anthropic, so just click on that, and let's go back to the Anthropic dashboard. And here I already have some credits, so I can just click on the get API key and I can just hit create API key, and we got the API key. Just click on that, the API key will be copied on your clipboard. Now let's go back to the Odysseus, and here I will just paste my API key. Hit enter, and it will automatically configure your AI provider. As it says you're all set, type /tour for a walkthrough or /setup endpoint to add another endpoint or key. Send our first message. I will just choose the chat, hello, and you see that we got an instant response. I'm again asking it to search the internet, and this time it is using Sonnet 4.6. Okay, we got the most recent news from May 28, 2026, and you see all of the citations here. Tell me about most recent updates in Claude code this week. Okay, so this week Claude Opus 4.8 was arrived. That is the default model. That's all. Odysseus is running, is fully live. You can access this instance from anywhere in the world. I can access it from the mobile phone as well. I just have to copy this IP and open in my mobile phone and it will be working. So you can access it from anywhere, no matter where you are. And if you want me to connect Odysseus with a real domain, then let me know in the comments below. I will then connect this instance with a real domain and we will be accessing it from there without need of typing the IP address. By the way, if you want to learn how to install and set up the Odysseus on your local computer, on your Mac OS, then I just made another video that you can find from my channel video section. You can just click on that and watch from there and watch it. So that's all I wanted to show you in this video. I hope that this video was useful for you. If you think so, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get notified for my other parts about Odysseus. Also, please like and share this video. If you have any suggestions or comments, then please leave them in the comment section below. I will be happy to reply them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching and see you in the next part of Odysseus.